What's going on, everyone? David here. So DJI is coming out with the Pocket 3, and I'm really excited about this because, as you guys can see, I like pockets and I travel a lot, and these are the best cameras for travel. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to take a look at the specs, and I'm going to tell you why I will be picking this up, and I'll be doing future videos on this as well. And I'll have it on this channel, my travel channel. And I really like the Pocket 2, but it was missing one thing. And the Pocket 3, guess what? It has it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in this video. So before we get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the leaked photos. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So there are 3 photos so far that I've seen, and we'll go over all of them. They have the specs on this last photo here. So the specs are really important to focus on because that is where... that's what really surprised me. This is the reason that I'm getting this camera is in the specs, and we'll talk about it. Okay, so just looking at the first photo that they have here, you see it does have this little rotating screen. So that's different than the Pocket 2 in the first Pocket. Didn't have a rotating screen, and I didn't like the fact that the older Pocket, the screen was really small. And so when you're looking at that screen, you could barely see it. And so I like the fact that now the screen is much larger, and so you don't have it cropped. Like even with that small little screen, the Pocket 2, when they crop it in so you can see the full, your full composition, it was really, really tiny. So the fact that they have this larger screen, I think is great. Also, the screen rotates. So you see the screen rotating here, and so you'll be able to shoot videos for Instagram and things like that, YouTube shorts, all of that good stuff. So all in all, I mean, it looks like it's a little bit thicker, but in this video, it looks like it's a little shorter. So we'll have to see when it comes out. The release date will be October 25th. So right around the corner. Okay. What I want to look at now is I want to look at the specs. Now, when it comes to the specs, I'm going to start at the bottom and then work our way back up, because the biggest feature is, or the best features are going to be at the top here. So let's look at the bottom here. Of course, it is a pocket-sized camera, so that's great. So you can put it in your pocket. That's one of the reasons why I really love this for travel, because I can just put it in my pocket and go. In my opinion, DJI is doing an excellent job of covering all the bases. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about that at the end of this video. So it's pocket size, so that's great. You can put it in your pocket, and it's not bulky at all. So you can slip it in your pocket and you won't even really see it. Whereas if you have a GoPro and things like that, sometimes you can see it coming out of your pocket, especially if you're wearing jeans and things like that. And so I like the form factor of this. You can just slip it in your pocket and it's not really seen. And when you're traveling, you really want to be discreet, especially if you have camera equipment and stuff like that. Depending on where you're traveling to, you don't want everybody to know that you have a camera before you pull it out. So it's nice to have it where you can just slip it in your pocket. Okay, so also it has stereo recording, which I think is great. And then we have D-Log. Now, this is good because if you're using the other cameras, like I just got the Action 4 and I have the original Action, it's great because I can use an Action camera if I need like underwater stuff. I can use the Action camera, but then I can also use the Pocket, and then I can also use the drones, and I can match the footage. And so being able to match the footage is really, really important. So I really appreciate the fact that if you're buying DJI, you're going to get D-Log, and you'll be able to use D-Log for all of the different cameras that you have. Okay. The full pixel fast focusing. Okay, so when it comes to GoPros and things like that, they don't have any focus. They don't have a focal point. And so the Osmo has a focal point, so when I'm using it, it's going to focus on my face. And the good part about that is it makes me look sharper because the background will be blurred out just a little bit, and it looks a little bit more professional. When it comes to GoPro, you're not going to get that. So that's why when you see GoPro footage, you know it's GoPro footage. When you see even the DJI Action footage, you know it's coming from an Action camera because everything is in focus. And so with the Osmo, the good thing is not everything is in focus, so it focuses your attention on what's sharp in the image. And so that's really good. So the fact that they have that focusing, which they have them on all of their cameras, it's good because it just makes it look a little bit more polished, and you'll look you'll stand out a little bit more. The Active Track 6.0, so that's a new feature there. We'll have to see how that is. I mean, they've had action tracking before, but they've improved the action tracking. Okay, so you have the 3-axis gimbal. Okay, so I like the mechanical gimbals, even though GoPros and the action cameras, the flow state, all the different image stabilization that they have is very good. In my opinion, nothing beats mechanical stabilization. So 3-axis gimbal, it's really, really good. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, I just bought the PowerShot. I'm going to talk about the reason why this camera will be better than that camera. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the last couple of things here. So we have the 2-inch rotatable screen, and then here is the big feature, the 1-inch CMOS sensor. That is huge. And then it shoots 4K at 120. This is the reason why I'm getting this camera. 1-inch sensor. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. Like I said, I just bought this PowerShot. This PowerShot is a 1-inch sensor, but the only problem is the stabilization is not very good. It's just not. I was out shooting with this. I was in Colombia last month, and I'm shooting with this, and I did not like the image stabilization at all. Now, I like the image stabilization when it comes to the action cameras, the GoPro, the Action 4. It's great. But with the action cameras, you don't have the focal point and you don't have the 1-inch sensor. You're getting all of that with the Osmo Pocket 3. And so that's why I'm really, really excited about this camera. Now, I want to show you another thing. And like I said, when it comes to DJI, I think they're doing an excellent job of really putting everything together. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So here is the last leaked photo that we have here. And first off, you see you have these little grips here. So this is a battery and this is an extended battery. And so that's great. So you can buy the little batteries and just charge them up and click them into the bottom there. You have a little tripod here, which I think is great. The one thing that I don't understand, and you can see it here, they always put these rounded edges here. I don't understand that. Why not just have it so it'll sit flush on a table? Maybe even have it kind of go out a little bit so it will fit flat on the table. I don't understand why they do the rounded. I guess it just makes it easier to put in your pocket. I don't know, but they should really do that, or just add, just like the one feature that I do really like about this PowerShot, this Canon PowerShot, is the fact that it has a little tripod that comes out on it. I like that. But for whatever reason, they're sticking with this rounded edge here, which I think they really need to. They can put a little kickstand on it or something like that. I think that would be great. Maybe they'll do that in the future. Now it looks like there's an SD card there, and then it looks like they have this wide angle lens. And this is the combo pack, by the way. And this is what I would be getting, a combo pack. Now, one thing we don't know how wide the angle is of the camera. So that's one thing that I haven't been able to find any information about. And that's very important, because when I'm out and I'm shooting videos, if I'm traveling, I don't like to have the camera way, way extended. I like to have it kind of closer to my face. And so in situations like that, you want to have that wide angle. You still want to be able to see it. But when you see here that they have this wide angle attachment, it's probably not going to be that wide out of the box. So you're probably going to have to add that attachment. And so my hope is that you can leave that lens adapter on when you put it back in the case. That way you don't have to take it off and put it back on and take it off. You can just leave it on there and continue shooting video. Okay, so let's look at some of the other things here. So you have the cable here, and then you have the case. And then the big thing, the big selling point, is you have a little mic. And that is huge, a mic with a windscreen. And so everything works together, and that's great. The fact that you don't need to have any extra attachments or anything like that. You can have the mic, clip the mic on, and then just go about your business and talk and do whatever you want to do. And so I really like that DJI is looking at this and they're thinking, okay, yes, we can add these little attachments and have everything work together. And you don't see that with GoPro. They just don't do that. But DJI, they've been doing it for a while, and they continue to really do a good job when it comes to that. Even with the Action 4, they make things really easy when it comes to working together, and I really, really appreciate that. And then you also get this little travel case, which I think is nice as well. So that's what we're looking at when it comes to this Osmo Pocket 3. Like I said, very excited about this. I will be getting it. They will have the announcement on October 25th, and so we'll just have to go from there. I'll show you guys some footage as soon as I get it, so make sure you come back. And I'll be out. I'll be going to Colombia next month, so I'll be out there shooting video with it and showing you all the features and everything. And another thing I really like with the Osmo Pockets is I can sit it somewhere and then control the camera with my phone, so I can move it around. I mean, it gives you a whole different perspective and a whole different experience when you're shooting video, because you don't have to move the camera. You don't have to go and move the camera one place and move the camera another place. You can just sit it somewhere and then have the camera moving around. So I want to know if you guys are as excited as I am about this new release. Just let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.